My name is Jigla.
Is to protect my people. We tested hundreds of times. If anything's good for people, I like it. Nature, people, bring them together. When your desire is to help people, I think that energy will continue. I'm only 70, and there's a chance I can work 30 more years. I feel greatly honored to be here. Actually, this is the first time that I sit in front of a camera in China. I hope that I will come more often and spend time with you. Thank you.
那接下来我们就开始这个英文的回答啊。
You learned history in college, and later you got your MBA from the University of Michigan. So it seems like all those fields, they don't really have much to do with what you are doing right now. What kind of experience that led you down to this path of entrepreneurship, manufacturing aluminum poles and designing tents?
You are very correct that my background has nothing to do with engineering or manufacturing. While I was studying in the United States, I wanted to be the best, at least in small area. So I've been looking around what kind of things I could do. And the only thing I could think of was engineering and manufacturing. So I started to narrow down my focus. What are the one of the key technologies I can get involved. Almost by accident, I learned this high-strength aluminum tubing, very precise. Almost by accident, yeah. So, yeah, maybe it's a good product to be in. So I just jumped in, and then one of the products we can make with this high-strength aluminum tube is a tent pole. So that's how it connected to tent poles.
In all those years, I know you have accomplished so much. If there is one accomplishment you are the most proud of, which one do you think it is?
That's a very difficult question because there are few categories of product that I involved with the development, and each category has one unique product that I feel proud. So the first category was the family camping tent. Family camping tent means the tent height is that you can walk in. And by the time we produced the family tent, it was mostly steel tube with big hub, like a house shape, very heavy, some of them 30 kilo, 40 kilo. And we changed that to the aluminum frame with dome shape. So the first tent I introduced was Ogawa. They named it Goodfellow. So yeah, that tent, it's over 30 years, but I still have a very clear memory of that model. So I still like that. And the second category I get involved was the backpacking tent. How to make it lighter. So among so many tents, the MSR Hubba Hubba, probably you heard. Before Hubba Hubba, average tent weight was about 5 kilo. The tent was developed to protect the people inside the tent from the strong rain or the thunderstorms, wind. We changed it to the tent that you can enjoy the nature. Hubba Hubba was basically the first model that we put that concept into the model, and it was under 4 pounds. So first tent, 2%, fully erected, under 4 pounds, 3 pounds, 14 ounces. And afterwards, now, most of the backpacking tent weighs under 2 kilo. So that started from Hubba Hubba. That is also the one I really feel proud, and I really appreciate that MSR still keep that model. The third one is Chair 1 of Helinox. That changed the entire outdoor activities because before that you have to sit on the ground, and after that you have a tiny little chair that you can carry it easily. And so that changed the outdoor activities, and that change is still continuing. Yeah, so at least I want to mention those three.
It took you 8 years to come up with green anodizing. It was a long time. Why it was so important to come up with this alternative? It needs a lot of perseverance.
Yes, that's true. It wasn't easy. When you say it took 8 years, it doesn't mean that I look at it every day. I tried one method, then didn't work, gave up. Then a few months later, wait a minute, let me try this way. And then do it again, build the machine, and didn't work again. And then waited. So it's been a process, and later it was successful, but it was not economical. The production time was too long, so we had to do it again. But that is the nature of development. Most of the product we produce or process, even aluminum alloy, we tested hundreds of times until we get the final result. Many people asked me why I did it. It's to protect my people, our employees, who's been exposed to this gas. That's why we did it.
From a lot of aspects, and we know that you value environmental protection and value sustainability a lot. You also planted some apple trees, and the story about them are kind of legendary. I believe they have a lot of symbolic meanings. Besides like green anodizing, I'm sure DAC is also doing a lot of other things to protect our environment and to protect the people. Would you show us some more examples?
What we are working these days is aluminum recycling. There are two words that we can use. One is aluminum recycling and aluminum reuse. We are trying both because the more than 85% of energy consumption comes from mining to aluminum ingot. From ingot to the final product to the hands of consumers, that use only 15% only. So if we can make it recycle within this 15%, now you don't have to spend that 85% of the energy. So that is one example. But one thing I'd like to say about sustainability is that I have a little bit of different view than many people talk about sustainability. I think sustainability is for people. So if anything's good for people, I like it. If anything's not good for people, I don't like it. Right? Yeah. So for me, sustainability means nature. Try to bring nature into our factory first, and then develop a product so people can enjoy the nature more, and then they appreciate how important this nature is for himself, herself, and us, and then naturally we will care about our nature more. That is the direction I'm thinking, instead of forcing people, charging penalties, threaten people. I don't like that.
You're called the king of tents. Your contribution to tent industry is almost like Steve Jobs to mobile devices and Jensen Huang to artificial intelligence. How do you think about that?
In terms of scales, if Steve Jobs influenced billion people, I influenced maybe a couple of million. So in terms of scale, very small, but in a way, a major transition of product. As I said, from a very heavy, large family tent to very light, easy to handle aluminum tents, and very lightweight backpacking tents, and very lightweight chairs, tables, and beds. I think these products will make the changes continuously. I think it just started. So I feel quite proud that I had a chance to make some contribution.
What makes DAC Post so extraordinary and unique?
In early stage of building factory, I realized that there's two paths, quantity and quality, and you cannot have them at the same time. So we chose quality instead of quantity. So whenever we had to make a decision, we always follow the quality. Among 10th brand, there is one company who has been the same thing for over 50 years, is Hilleberg. We have a same principle, and they also follow the path of choosing quality all the time. Let me add just one more comment. Hermes, right? A French company. 6th generation lady visited our factory. They make women's scarf and silk print. When there's a one dot wrong, they had to scrap thousands of scarves because of that one small wrong dot. And she said, your philosophy seems very close to ours. That's what we have to do. Sometimes we have to give up one container load of product when we see a tiny little quality issue.
Both DAC and Helinox have been already very, very successful. Jigla is relatively a new brand. What is different from other brands, and what's your philosophy of this brand?
Okay, DAC is a manufacturer, so most of the business of DAC is B2B. Helinox is a consumer product brand. I hope that it'll be one of the major outdoor brands. So I let my son run Helinox. He's doing well. I'm not sure if it's a good analogy or not, but I'm a person almost like a chef, right? So make a new dish and give it to my friends and ask him to taste it. How do you like it? Or change the recipe and do it again. That's what I've been doing. So I want to communicate with people and get feedback and build something for them. That became almost like my hobby. So in a small scale, I want to produce new product and without limitation of the major brand. Yeah, when you become big, there are so many limitations that gives you some constraint. And I want to be free from those limitations, and I want to be a free chef. So that'll be Jake La.
If you want people to have the impression of the brand Jigla, what kind of adjectives do you want people to have?
Ooh. Okay, you name it. I cannot answer that.
I would say like it's user friendly. Like I've tried your front dome, right? Even if it's a huge dome, but I can set it up just by myself. So I feel like it's very friendly to users, and also um, I like it because usually I have many choices when I use the same product. I can set it up like in this way, and also I can set it up in that way. So I feel like as a user, I have more choices, and I like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like today, and many Chinese brands, they also something like this. So when you are choosing partners, maybe you are choosing partners from some of them. For example, like Black Dealer and Weekend. If you want to work with them, what kind of quality do you expect from them? And can you tell us maybe a few words to describe this kind of quality?
Okay, since you mentioned Black Deer, yeah, I spent almost 2 days with the owner, and his direction's clear, and he wants to build better product. I really liked his spirit, and yeah, Wickland, yeah, they are still young, but very enthusiastic. I think we started to see people who want to create and build for themselves for the future. Yeah, those are the people that I'd like to work together.
Some people say these structures of tents, most of them have already been out there. It would be like very difficult to create new structures or new architect. How do you think about that?
Yeah, in 19th century there was a saying that there will be no more inventions because because it's all invented already. But it continues. So how you view the market? And I believe there is a great potential for outdoors to grow because, as I said, people need nature. The nature has a healing power, and we build cities, but we bring trees within the cities, right? And we need to bring outdoors within the cities, not necessarily far out there. So we see the changes and trends, and people enjoy the nature more. And then we need to build a product to support them more. So it'll never stop.
For the future, what kind of directions do you expect that innovation will go? Like, what kind of different products will emerge?
This morning on the airplane, I make some drawings
Oh,
Wow.
on
New
the.
design.
Yeah, these are the new tents and new shelters that I'm thinking of. When can I show you with the real product from the picture? Okay, let me put it this way: the conversion of nature and artificial. Yeah, because we started from nature, and we build artificial world, right? Cities, buildings, cars, it's all artificial, right? Yeah, what people build, and these cultures that people build separate people from nature, and people realize it and then say, oh, we need nature. So we go both way. Go out to nature and bring the nature in. So I told you about the chair before chair 1, after chair 1. This chair 1 makes a huge difference by letting people to do so many activities that they couldn't do outside before. All in-house. Now you can do it outside when you have a chair and table. Okay? Yeah. And then you need a big shelter to protect you.
Yeah.
So that's one of the directions. And the other direction I see is that more and more people want to be alone. When I was young, usually brothers, 3-4 brothers, sleep in one room, share one room. These days, most young people, they sleep alone in his or her own room. So what about camping? We used to sleep 2-3 persons together in a tent, and now even husband and wife, they want to sleep separately at night because they want their own space. So those are a couple of examples of new directions.
If we see like Japan, Korea, and China as 3 countries in East Asia, so usually we see this as a whole group. From your perspective, what kind of camping culture will emerge in China?
How it'll look, I don't know. But one thing for sure is it will not be the same. It grows like coral. It doesn't have a blueprint how the shape will look like, right? But it grows naturally and create a shape, very wonderful shape. And Chinese camping market will create its own beauty, I'm sure. And as I said, I want to be part of it in building that together with many Chinese partners. That's why I'm excited.
You are in your 70s, right?
Yes.
So while many other people at the same age, they're enjoying their like retirement life, so you're still working. I heard like you work more than 12 hours a day sometimes. So what makes you have like so much energy and so much inspiration, and that keeps you working? I feel that's incredible.
My mother passed away 3 years ago at the age of 103. Few months before she died, I asked her, "Why you work so hard? What makes you work so hard?" She didn't answer. She started Social Welfare Foundation when she was 68, and she ran 35 years. I'm only 70, and there's a chance I can work 30 more years. I hope so. And the other thing is, what makes people work? What's the motivation? What'll drive people to move forward? Is more like philosophical question. And when your desire is to help people, I think that energy will continue. That is my belief. That's what I'm doing.
You've contributed a lot to the welfare foundation and also volunteer, right? So now the brand Jetta is coming to China, and do you have any plans that you will also do some maybe charity or volunteering in China?
Of course, yes. To me, volunteering is bigger than Jekla. We brought nature and volunteering together. It seemed to work very well. I've been in this outdoor industry for so many years, so I didn't realize that the entry barrier of camping activity, because you are a young person who has no experience in camping, and one day you think, oh yeah, I want to go out for camping. It's not easy. You need tent, you need sleeping bags, and you have lanterns, you have so many equipment, and you have to learn how to cook and many things to learn. So it's not easy. So in order to give opportunity for young people, and the feeling of being in nature, I invited campers, expert campers, and I asked them if I'm willing to do some volunteering. They love the idea. So how do we do volunteer work? We are campers. So yeah, you're a camper and you are expert, and thanks to your equipment, thanks to your experience, your know-hows, you can help people. So bring them together, and both parties liked it so much. And so this year, we tried more than 50 times of camping with different groups, and every group liked it so much. Yeah, it'll be great if we can create a culture in Asia for people, nature, people, and think in nature.
You've been in this outdoor industry for so many years, and based on your experience, if some younger brands in China, if they want to be in this field for a long time and to contribute, what kind of suggestions do you have for them?
Forget about money and think about those people who use your product, and be sincere for your goal.
That's the end of the interview. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.